Y'all can hear me still? Good.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the Blessing of the Animals 2020 here at Edgewood. Very proud of this graphic, and I hope you enjoy it, along with the pictures of the animals that we've got. And I have no idea who's up first, but I will tell you that it is not just cats and dogs this year. So let's see who we've got here.
Do you want to come watch? Where's the cat? She's coming.
We have Sally and Katie. These are the puppies of Rick Allred and Lynn Bailey, and they sure are pretty, aren't they? I will say Lynn took the opportunity to send me a bunch of pictures of animals that he does not own. He thought it would be fun to send me memes and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So that's Sally on the left and Katie on the right, and they are
Hey, Joe.
so cute. Yes.
Are we still echoing?
No, you're good.
Okay. I know just one little fun fact, because Lynn has told me about them before. They rescue Cocker Spaniels. So they are rescued Cocker Spaniels.
Oh my God. Look at those faces. You can tell that Katie on the right, the personality just oozes through those eyes. All right. Thanks, Julie. I think we have a couple more from Rick and Lynn. This is Twister the cat. Seems to be guarding a bunch of food from anybody, and I kind of love the name Twister. That's kind of, oh, is that Rick's head in the back there? Didn't see that when it was on the smaller screen. So that is Twister the cat. And then I asked Lynn, if you know Rick and Lynn, you know that Rick's sister Vicky, who used to worship with us, is really, really, really passionate about horses. That's an important thing in her life. And so she sent a picture of Duke. It's a little fuzzy because it's from a distance, but look at that. I mean, look at that, with the little white spot in the middle of his head.
Beautiful.
All right.
You can tell us.
The Matheny's make an early entry into the evening here. Do you guys want to? You need to tell the story of how Julieta got this. Where's Julieta from?
Did you type the captions? You misspelled our name. I'm gonna give you a hard time about that, but that's okay. It's probably because you did it in the dark. Julieta is not exactly a rescue, but we were on a vacation at a resort in Tennessee where they happened to be breeding this type of dog. You may have never heard her breed before. It's called a Legato Romagnolo. It's an Italian breed, but she's a non-shedding breed, which is why we were super interested in her. Anyway, Julieta, that is the Italian spelling of, we actually adopted her as an adult. She had a couple litters. That's the Italian spelling of Juliet, and she had a brother named Romeo. So it was Romeo and Julieta. So we kept her name. She was actually a surprise birthday present for Evilise. How old are you?
I don't know.
I think, maybe her 6th birthday.
Wow.
She's a good puppy.
Yeah, she's a very good puppy, except for when she eats toilet paper.
And her own poop.
I mean, those two things go together, just not the way bad.
Right.
All right. Oh, Julieta. And that is the Puerto Rican spelling of Matheny. I'm sorry, Julie.
There you go.
Please apologize to Brant, who I know is the one who's really annoyed. Julieta, what a cutie. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, there's Tucker, who has already made his appearance on the call, who lives in Florida. And when Rosemary sent me this picture, she said, "This is Tucker. He's praying." So I like that. I tell the kids on Monday night, there's no rule that you have to pray with your hands like this or your hands like this. You can pray in all sorts of different ways, including laying on your side with your paws one over the other. Tucker boy. How old is Tucker?
8.5.
8.5.
And a half.
That's
yes.
important. That's important. What a sweetie. All right. I have a series of pictures here from Corinna and Judy and Pavlina. So this is Maya, although the picture with Corinna and Maya is like come on, that's like it's like an ad for, Toys R Us or something. But look at that pretty cat. And I think Corinna likes her just a little bit.
Mhm.
Just 2 more of Maya. Very sweet. Maya doesn't bother us during Kid Zoom evilly. I think that's maybe she's locked out of the room. All right, Grace, you want to tell us about your cats at all?
The plan was to not have 3. That was the good story about my cats, I guess. But we went to the Greater Birmingham Humane Society in search of Watson, the white one, and his brother. And his brother was already adopted. So we got Holmes, the one he is cuddling with, the little gray one. And then we ended up, we did not go search for Baron. Baron found us. So that is how we got Baron, the little black one on the right. And Watson is super fat and lazy. And Holmes is very independent. And Baron is very needy.
Excellent.
Baron's the one y'all will see at church all the time.
Right. That black tail.
That's Baron.
Excellent. Now, Rosemary Leach could not be here tonight, but she sent several pictures and requested that they be labeled Julie, my typing, I needed my clerk here. The many moods of Buddy Big Handsome. And so we have mood 1 and mood 2 and mood 3. Now, Buddy Big Handsome is is world famous in our youth group, both for showing up on Zoom calls, but even before that for making photographic appearances. You know, Rosemary will sometimes just toss one in with the youth group photos. So dignified there. And there we go. Buddy Big Handsome. All right, Amy Crow and Stacey Waits sent us this adorable picture of Hazel. If you haven't gotten a chance to meet Hazel, Amy, are we all invited to come meet Hazel?
Absolutely.
When is the best time to visit her?
At night, because she's a day sleeper.
Yeah. Hazel the Hedgehog. And of course, Hazel lives with Betty White and Gigi, who I think I saw earlier with Amy.
Yeah, they're up here. She's tearing up something.
And then TJ.
TJ's a jerk. He lives outside. He's really mean.
So when we bless him, it's more bless his heart.
Right.
Excellent. All right. And then also, of course, Jack.
That's our old man, Jack. He's deaf and blind.
Poor kid. Yeah, puppy. What a face. All right. Are the Frenays are not here, are they?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you are. I saw you, Lynn, before. I'm sorry. So this is This is from Texas. Arabella Louise, Melissa's cat. Do we need to know anything about Arabella?
Arabella is a carbon copy of the cat that Melissa had to unfortunately put down shortly after the cat came to live with her in Texas. She had originally taken Hermione Granger, and the cat unexpectedly became sick. And so when she had to put her down, it was very traumatic for everybody, me included. And so she wanted to get a replacement cat. And this is a carbon copy of what Hermione Granger looked like.
What a sweetie.
She is sweet. She loves to eat and she loves to lay.
And then we have some pictures of Lynn and Rick's own Athena.
Yes. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and war. She's working on the wisdom part. And that stink eye is pretty much her signature look.
Standard stuff. Got it. All right. Earl didn't send me any pictures, but he did send me this picture of his cat on Sunday after church, so that church wore out the cat. So I don't know if this is Haley or Stoner.
That's Stoner.
Okay. Earl said, my cat is exhausted. I said, I am too. So it is definitely one of the gifts of Zoom church is all these animals that show up. Selena Miller sent me this picture of Ms. Harley looking very dignified there. And very sweet. But whenever Selena's on our Thursday night call, she's like, this dog is driving me nuts. So. All right. Sid Burgess and Melissa Tate have sent us Jasmine, who used to live with Grace. But look at that face. It's the fur on top of the head that makes me laugh every time. Grace, do you want to say anything about Jasmine?
Of course I do. This is our sweet little Jazzy girl. So Jazzy has been passed to multiple households. Actually, Joe, I don't know if you know this, but Jazzy started with Aaron Felt.
Oh.
It was Aaron had Jazz and a different dog. I don't remember the second dog's name, but he had to move to Tuscaloosa and become an intern, and his apartment wasn't big enough for these two dogs. So I adopted Jazzy. And a few years ago, I made a move to a different household, and my parents took Jazzy in, and Jazzy has fallen in love with my father and will not leave Dad's side at all, ever, even if begged or pulled by Mom. She wants to be by Dad all the time. And Dad sent this picture because he was very proud of her raincoat.
She looks great. Here's a Sid Burgess story. Just yesterday, as I was coming home from youth group, and I get a text or an email from Sid that says, I was out with Jazz and he met a young couple and invited them to church and invited them to send in photos for the pet blessing, which I'm sure they were like, what is going on? And I was like, that's Sid doing the work. Love it. So, oh, Jazzy. This is the sweetest dog ever, and absolutely terrified by like thunderstorms and stuff. And
hey, Grace.
Hey,
did your parents already have him when your dad was lost in the woods?
Yep.
Yes.
Did he have a reaction?
Oh yeah, he was in mourning. He wouldn't come out of the back. I mean, this is she. Sorry, I call her he all the time. Lord Almighty. She wouldn't come out of his bathroom, and like she slept in his shower and cried and didn't eat, and it was horrible. It was so sad.
But then he came home.
Y'all, okay, so we won't talk about Jazzy for the hour, but she is basically a huge area rug. Like all she does all day long is sleep. She doesn't want to run. She doesn't eat very much anymore. She literally just sleeps all day long next to Dad. When he came through that door, she was hopping up and down like a bunny. It was just the sweetest little thing. It was so sweet.
Love it.
Jazz. I thought while we were doing Pastors of Edgewood and their pets, I would hit you all. Oh man, look at that. I was doing this today. That's the problem. I misspelled my own cat's name. So do you feel better, Julie? That's Tulip and Cleo. Tulip on the left, Cleo on the right.
No, that's very unlike you.
I know. I like. God bless this mess. The Fernays know these two cats well. Lynn and Rick will often come and take care of the cats. Cleo's been here for 3 years or something like that after Barley died. Cleo, it was actually Jen Scott, if you know Jen Scott, who sits in the back pew on the right. Jen Scott posted a thing about a vet that had had someone bring in a cat and needed a home, and I kind of decided that Cleo was coming home immediately, and then Tulip just showed up somehow. And Tulip has grown up. She was kind of a brat, but now she's pretty good, and they're very, very sweet. Tulip and Cleo. Cleo, short for Cleocatra. All right, these are from Alice. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so this is Beasley, baby kitty.
Otherwise known as Baby Kitty. Yeah, he's been with us for about a year. After we moved, Sarah Alice asked if we could get a cat, so we went and picked him out. I guess the 1st of September last year, and he was just an itty bitty baby kitty, little tiny thing. He's still not a big kitty, but we started calling him Baby Kitty, and it's kind of stuck.
And then we have Buddy.
And then we got the Buddy dog, also otherwise known as Bad Dog. Buddy will be 10 the end of the month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What a sweetie.
And he's been blessed at church a couple of times.
Has it took?
And probably not.
All right, fair. All right. So the Castros, I don't think Elizabeth is here, but the Castros sent in a bunch of pictures. So they have taken to fostering. And so this is Chew, their cat, and this is Piper, their dog. And then this is 2 slides, Disco, Diamond, Dawn, Delphine, and Dust. And I do not know which ones are which, but they're very, very cute little kittens. And then she also sent in Dorian, who belongs to this litter, but had to go back to the Humane Society and to have some medical work done and is not doing well. And so needs a little extra blessing tonight for Dorian. And then they also have Socks, who is very cute right there. And I believe that's a guinea pig.
Funny.
All right. Uh-oh.
Pippa.
This is Pippa. This is Cherry Woodruff's dog that and Fran sent this picture in this afternoon, and just those eyes looking up at you. And sweet little Pippa who lives with Cherry. All right, now where's Iggy? I made a slide for Iggy. Okay, hold on, y'all. We're missing a cat. Kristen and Brooke, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So now I feel extra bad. Where I swear I had a slide. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up a picture real quick. This is Iggy.
As if on cue.
Look at that face. What do we need to know?
Well, Iggy is a border terrier, and her full name is Iggy Threadgood from Fried Green Tomatoes, because she is a charmer and mischievous, and she's about 3.5 years old. So she came from a farm over in Watkinsville, Georgia. She loves horses, and their breed is actually from Scotland.
Oh, look at that face. Well, so destined to be a Presbyterian there, that we like that.
Yes.
And also, I like the Fried Green Tomatoes reference. That's amazing. Sorry, I know there was Julie's laughing at me. There was totally a slide for Iggy, and I don't know where it went. But I knew Cherry's dog was last, so I kind of freaked out there. All right, well, we're gonna go back to the slides now, and we got our good look at Iggy. And so the reason we do this blessing of the animals in October is that we try to do it as close to the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi in the Catholic Church as we can, because St. Francis was sort of known for, at least the legend is that St. Francis was a great lover of animals and of all creation. And so he is sort of associated with sweet animals and pets. And so we're going to say this prayer together. I invite you to mute yourself unless you want to do the noise thing. It doesn't bother me tonight. It's only when there's 90 of us that it's a big deal. But that's up to your comfort level. We'll say this prayer together. And then there is the prayer of St. Francis, and then the actual blessing that we will offer. So I invite you to join me in prayer. God of creation, give us eyes to see and ears to hear how every living thing speaks to us of your love. Enable us to rejoice that we are alive among so many miracles of your grace. We ask you to bless all the animals in our lives that bring us laughter, joy, and companionship. And we give you thanks for those whom we have loved and lost. As you take care of us, so also we ask your help that we might take care of those who trust us to look after them. By doing this, we share in your own love for all creation. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Let us continue in prayer with this prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O God, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. Please join me in this blessing for all the animals that we have seen tonight and those others that we didn't have pictures of, but that we know and love. Let us pray this blessing together. O God, may these beloved animals, part of your miraculous creation, be blessed in the name of God Almighty, Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer, and may their lives be full of joy and good health. Amen. Y'all, your benediction tonight is for your pets and for you as well, to go in peace, to romp, to receive love, to rest, and to rejoice. You can go into the night or you can hang out for a little bit with the group here. Up to you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Happy blessings for your pets.
Thanks, Joe. Bye,
Thanks
all.
for coming.
Bye, everybody. See y'all
Bye.
Sunday.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.